welcome to Echoes of the Unknown, Shadows of the Past miniseries. Today, we journey back to 1922 to a remote farmstead in the heart of Bavaria. Here, on a cold March night, an entire family was brutally murdered, their killer leaving behind a mystery that has haunted Germany for over a century. This is the story of the Hinterkaifeck Murders, one of the most chilling and perplexing unsolved crimes in history. The Gruber family, Andreas, his wife Cäzilia, their widowed daughter Viktoria Gabriel, and Viktoria's two children, Cäzilia and Joseph, lived a quiet, if not troubled, life on this remote farm. But on the night of March 31, 1922, this family of six would meet a horrific fate, one that has confounded investigators for over a century. Just days before the tragedy, Andreas Gruber noticed something strange: footprints in the freshly fallen snow leading from the edge of the forest to the back of his farmhouse. Strangely, there were no footprints leading back into the forest. Andreas also found a strange newspaper inside his home, one that no one in the family recognized or subscribed to. The family also reported hearing mysterious footsteps in the attic at night. Despite thorough searches, they found nothing and no one. Andreas mentioned these strange occurrences to neighbors, but no one could offer an explanation. Perhaps these were warnings, but the Grubers remained in their home, unaware of the impending doom. On the night of March 31st, someone lured Andreas, Cäzilia Sr., Viktoria, and young Cäzilia one by one into the barn. There, they were brutally attacked with a mattock, a tool commonly used on the farm. The precision and force of the blows were shocking. Each victim was struck multiple times, with some showing signs of a prolonged and terrifying death. Young Cäzilia, only 7 years old, was found clutching clumps of her own hair, suggesting she had torn it out in sheer terror before she succumbed to her injuries. The horror didn't end in the barn. The killer then entered the house, where they found little Joseph, Viktoria's 2-year-old son, and Maria Baumgartner, the family's new maid. Joseph was murdered in his crib, and Maria, who had only started working at the farm that very day, was killed in her bed. The sheer brutality of the crime stunned even the most seasoned investigators. When the Grubers were absent from church and young Cäzilia missed school, concerned neighbors decided to check on the family. What they found was beyond anything they could have imagined. The bodies, covered with hay and hidden in the barn, had been lying there for 4 days. During that time, the animals had been fed, the fireplace had been stoked, and meals had been eaten. It was as if the murderer had made themselves at home. The investigation quickly became one of the most complex and baffling cases in German history. Police noted that the footprints leading to the farm did not have a matching set leading away. Despite interviewing over 100 suspects, from local neighbors to traveling tradesmen, no one was ever charged with the crime. Over the years, many theories have emerged. Some believe that Lawrence Schlittenbauer, a neighbor with whom Viktoria had an affair, was the culprit. His inconsistent behavior during the discovery of the bodies raised suspicions, but no solid evidence ever linked him to the crime. Others suspect that Viktoria's estranged husband, believed to have died in World War I, may have returned under an assumed identity to exact revenge, but again, these are just theories with no concrete proof. The Hinterkaifeck farm was eventually demolished, but the mystery lingers. Today, a memorial stands in its place, a somber reminder of the lives lost and the secrets that remain buried in the past. The case continues to fascinate and haunt true crime enthusiasts, with new theories still being proposed. But despite advances in forensic science and criminal investigation, the truth behind the Hinterkaifeck murders remains as elusive as ever. The Hinterkaifeck murders are a chilling example of how even the most brutal crimes can go unsolved. The echoes of this case have resonated through the decades, leaving us to wonder who was the killer and why did they strike with such ruthless efficiency. Until we have those answers, the Hinterkaifeck farm will remain a place where the unknown reigns supreme. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the past. If you have thoughts or theories about the Hinterkaifeck case, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. Remember to subscribe and tune in next time as we delve into more of history's darkest mysteries on Echoes of the Unknown, Shadows of the Past miniseries. Stay curious, stay vigilant, and we'll see you next time.